John, part of the music ministry is to teach the girls how to use their mic stands.
Keyboardist, no singer.
Okay, so this is a book that I loved as a child, and it's called Oh Say Can You Say by Dr. Seuss. And it's got some very, very hard tongue twisters. And so I'm going to try to do them without messing up. So, here we go. Oh, say can you say, oh my brothers, oh my sisters, these are terrible tongue twisters. Said a book reading parrot named Hooey, the words in this book are all phooey. When you say them, your lips will make slips and backflips, and your tongue may end up in St. Louis. Fresh, fresher, freshest. Do you like fresh fish? It's just fine at Finney's Diner. Finney also is a fresher fish, that's fresher and much finer. But his best fish is his freshest fish, and Finney says with pride, the finest fish at Finney's is my freshest fish, French fried. So, don't order the fresh or the fresher fish at Finney's. If you're wise, you'll say, fetch me the finest French fried, fresher fish at Finney Fries. I'm not done. Din Shin. We have a dinosaur named Din. Din's thin. Din doesn't have much skin, and the bones fall out of his left front shin. Then we have to call in Pinner Blinn, who comes with his handy shin pin bin. And with a thin Blinn shin bone pin, Blinn pins Din shin bones right back in. Bed spreader, bread spreader. Bed spreader spreads on beds. Bread spreader spreads butters on breads. And bed spreader better watch out how he's spreading, or that bread spreader is sure gonna butter his bedding. Ape cakes, grape cakes. As he gobbled the cakes on his plate, the greedy ape said as he ate, the greener green grapes are, the keener keen apes are. To gobble green grape cakes are great. Are you having trouble in saying this stuff? It's really quite easy for me. I just look in the mirror and see what I say, and then I just say what I see. Now let's talk about money. You should leave your grocs home when you travel by air. If you take them along, they'll charge double the fare. And your grocs must be packed and all locked up in a grox box, which costs much, much more than a little old fox box. So it seems a lot cheaper to fly with your foxes than waste all that money on boxes for groxes. And what do you think costs more, a simple thimble or a single shingle? A simple thimble could cost less than a single shingle would, I guess, so I think that the single shingle should cost more than a simple thimble would. Eat it, Skipper Zips. If you like to eat potato chips and chew pork chops on clipper ships, I suggest that you chew a few chips and a chop at Skipper Zips Clipper Ship Chip Chop Shop. And if your tongue is getting queasy, don't give up, the next one's easy. There are so many things that you really should know, and that's why I'm bothering to tell you so. You should know the first names of the Fudnuller brothers, who like to pile on each on the heads of the others. If you start at the top, there are Bipper and Bud, and Skipper and Jipper and Jeffrey and Judd, Horieto, Horace and Hendrix and Hud, and then come Dinwiddie, Denty and Dud. Also Bitsum and Frederick and Fudd, and Slinky and Stinky and Stuart and Stud. And down at the bottom is poor little Lud, but if Lud ever sneezes, achoo, his name will be Mud. Quack, quack. We have two ducks, one blue, one black. And when our blue duck goes quack, quack, our black duck quickly quack, quacks back. The quack's blue quacks makes her quite a quacker, but black is a quicker but quacker backer. And speaking of quacks reminds me of cracks and stacks and snacks and shacks and snacks. So say can you say, I have cracks in my shack, I have smoke in my stack, and I think there's a snack on the sack of my back. West beast, east beast. Upon an island hard to reach, the east beast sits upon his beach. Upon the west beach sits the west beach. Each beast thinks he's the best beast. Which beast is best? Well, I think at first, I thought at first that the east beast was best and the west was worst. Then I looked again from the west to the east, and I liked the beast on each beast least. Pat's pigs. Pete Briggs Pat's pigs. Briggs Pat's pink pigs. Briggs Pat's big pigs. Don't ask me why, it doesn't matter. Pete Briggs is a pink big pig pattern. Pete Briggs Pat's pink pigs all day. Don't ask me why, I cannot say it. The Pete puts his patted pigs away, and his Pete Briggs pink pigs, big pigs, pig pen. Fritz food, Fred food. Fritz needs Fred, and Fred needs Fritz. Fritz feeds Fred, and Fred feeds Fritz. Fred feeds Fritz with Fritzy Fred food, and Fritz feeds Fred with Fritzy Fritz food. And Fritz, when fed, is often said, I'm a Fred, Fritz, and a Fred's a Fritz, Fred. How to tell a klotz from a glotz? Well, the glotz you will notice there's lots of black spots. The klotz is quite different with the lots of black dots. But the big problem is that the spots on the glotz are about the same size as the dots on the klotz. So you first have to spot who's the one with the dots is, then it's easy to tell who the klotz or the glotz is. What would you rather be when you grow up? A cop in a cop's cap, or a cupcake cook in a cupcake cook's cap, or a fat flapjack flapper in a flat flapjack cap? Or if you think you don't like cops caps, flapjack flappers, or cupcake cook caps, maybe you're one of those choosy chaps who like to cookie captain caps perhaps. More about Blinn. Well, when Blinn comes home tired from his work pinning shins, the happiest hour of old Blinn days begins. Mr. Blinn is the father of musical twins, who tucking twin instruments under twin chins lull their daddy to sleep with twin Blinn violins. And oh say can you say far away in Berlin, a musical urchin named Gretchen von Schrin is a blue-footed, true-footed, trick-fingered, slick-fingered, six-fingered, six-string, tin Schrin mandolin. Rope soap, hoop soap. If you hope to wash soup off a rope, simply scrub it with scrub. Scrub is so strong that a rope is too long. But if you wish to wash soup off a hoop, I suggest it is best to let your whole silly souped-up hoop soak in soupy, scooper, super, soup off hoop soap suds. Merry Christmas mush. One year we had a Christmas brunch with Merry Christmas mush to munch, but I don't think you care for such. We didn't like the munch mush much. And speaking of Christmas, here are some great gifts to give your daddy. Here are some great gifts to give your daddy. If your daddy's name is Jim and Jim swims, and if Jim's slim, the perfect Christmas gift for him is Slim Jim Swim Fins. But if your daddy's name is Dwight and he likes to look at birds at night, the gift for Dwight that might be right is a bright Dwight bird flight night sight light. But never give your daddy a walrus. A walrus with whiskers is not a good pet. A walrus with whiskers is even worse yet. When a walrus whispers with tough, rough, wet whiskers, your poor daddy's ear will get blisters and bliskers. And that's almost enough of such stuff for one day. One more and you're finished. Oh, say, can you say?
Say.
The storm starts when the drops stop dropping. When the drops stop dropping, the storm starts stopping. Yeah.